Hello, we are live for GGL 6 BFogz versus Decimus. I'm Sentinel. I will be solo casting for you tonight, and we should be in for a good one. Our first match is going to be RandomBrute versus Xplosiv, followed by Bunny versus Ryan Fogz, and lastly BFogz versus Decimus, our main event, our first event under the AKG banner. Shout out to them. Thank you so much for making this possible. And without further ado, we're going to get to our first game. And we're going to make sure the competitors are in here. Get them on their proper side. And so with this one, we are going to get the bands going in a second. And while that's happening, we're gonna follow along. Yeah, currently, so there's some history between the two, so we're getting some banter right now in chat. But this one should be very exciting for those that are asking for the stream link. We are going to get that up to you as soon as possible. And I believe all right, so our first ban is actually going to be Brute banning out Xplosiv's GP, which is going to be a pretty targeted ban. But nonetheless, to be expected. So we got the GP ban underway. And that is followed by a ban on Fiora. So GP and Fiora taken out already. And that is followed by, so Fiora taken out, and then Skarner just banned out. So Aatrox taken off the board. And for those that can't see this, there's a lot of good sportsmanship, I will say, in this in this match lobby. It's a lot of good sportsmanship between these two. For those that don't know, these two have actually played against each other in amateur league, so it's definitely very interesting. All right, there we go. And so GP, Skarner, and Urgot taken off the board, as well as Fiora, Aatrox, and Set banned out. So RandomBrute going with some strong target bans. Skarner we've seen as a pretty strong champion, especially post rework. The Gangplank is an explosive specialty. A champ that I don't believe we've quite seen him play in the GGL before because it has been banned out. So maybe one day. But Xplosiv going with a few target bans of his own, taking out Fiora, Aatrox, and Set. Very strong top lane options for RandomBrute, especially also really strong 1v1 champions. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this one goes. For those of you that are in for the betting, RandomBrute comes in as a 3.5 underdog. So you get back 2.5 whatever you bet on him, whereas Xplosiv is coming in as the 1.44 favorite, meaning that you only get back 0.44% to every one that you do bet. See in the chat we got some love for Brute representing Sector 7. See Decimus in the chat, who will later be one half of our main event later tonight. But we can see in the chat, what are y'all thinking? What are the other viewers? What are you thinking for this one? As the we have to wait for spectator delay. The champs are Aurelia versus Nasus. That's going to be our matchup. S7's Brute on the Aurelia versus Nasus. We've actually seen this match before in GGL. Shout out to Chaos versus the main event of Chaos versus Sirius, game number 2. And this matchup, at least based on historically what we've seen, does kind of favor Aurelia with the lane pressure. Although in the 1v1 format, depends also what Nasus does. We've really only seen AP Nasus builds. It's going to be very interesting to see if we see a farming strategy come out from Xplosiv. And let's take a quick preview as to where the line is currently. If you are in the GGC server, if you go check out under the PvP betting kiosk, we have someone who wagered 5,000 coins on S7 Brute. So whoever that bettor is looking to have a massive payday. Just for context, with the 3.5 multiplier using the European odds, yeah, unfortunately the bot we used did not support American odds, which is what most of us are familiar with. That means that person is going to win 17,500 credits if S7's RandomBrute can pull a win out. If you have not wagered already and you want to get in on it, enter the Golden Goose Casino server. Scroll down in the PvP betting kiosk for RandomBrute versus Xplosiv in GGL 6. As it should be a good one. The line will close in approximately about 30 seconds. All right, we are in. The line is gonna lock. And so here we have, coming in with a competitive GGL record of, well, making his GGL debut more so, we have Sector 7 RandomBrute. And then on the red side, we have a GGL contender coming in with a undefeated record of 1 win, no losses in the GGL arena. We have Xplosiv.
Minions have spawned.
And so both of them seemingly not going to try any extracurriculars pre-minions. But it seems that there has not been a ability leveled up Q start for Aurelia. Pretty expected. But we're going to see, it seems that with the Arcane Comet, we might see that AP Nasus come out. And there's the E start. And as a reminder for you all, this match is a best of one. Did he just crit? This match is a best of one, so we're only going to see one game, but as promise shows, with these two having history in the LB LCS, that it is very possible that we could see them again in a later matchup. And with the new title changing, and this match is in our Infernal division, with the title changing hands, it's not too unexpected to see that potentially the ranking committee could see Xplosiv with a win here break into the top 5. And already some early training. Oh, early stun for RandomBrute. Gonna take a quarter off of Xplosiv. In a slight CS lead right now for RandomBrute as he gets the stun near tower. Oh, just outside of range. Hits the weather. Oh, managed to do some good damage there. About half health right now for Nasus. And seemingly going to be forced to play under tower. Oh, taking 2 tower shots there. Bit unnecessary. And he's going to have to use his potion because of it. With the CS gap, the way that it is, you gotta figure, and with the range that these two want to fight it, you gotta figure that right now it is gonna slightly favor RandomBrute, especially if you can keep this pressure on and keep those trades. Although, big thing to note is that Barrier, the second spell for Xplosiv, and we see a recall. So right now some free farming. It's going to take the lead as we look at the gold differential. And so in terms of gold, they're actually about relatively even, and the buy is going to be, he's going to get a moat and a sapphire crystal, as well as 2 pots for Xplosiv. So going to come into this lane, most likely looking to farm this one out. Oh my god, what a chain there. Oh, gets the stun as well. Gonna try and get some damage off. Gets withered. And very low mana. Currently sitting on about 1,000 gold. Gonna see if maybe him opting to farm is not gonna come back to punish him later. Seemingly gonna take a recall. For Xplosiv on this map, it seems like he's got the wave right where he wants it. And so it is going to be Vampiric Scepter for Aurelia. Anybody that has played against Aurelia know that once she gets lifesteal, it feels like a different game sometimes. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how it is going to affect this matchup. Lost Chapter, now the buy for Gnosis. And also to note, as both these competitors are at level 6, so we're gonna have ultimates on the board. Although I have to figure with the right amount of pressure, it seems like the Aurelia ult is gonna seem to give more benefit for Brute. Get a trade. Interesting. Forcing the action. And it kind of seems that right now, Brute with the ever so slight CS lead is going to try and just bully for this position. Make some aggression there. Oh, there's the Wither. Going to be too far to do anything. Wow. Oh, nice secure. Gets the can, but takes a good amount of damage for it. And goes for the engage. There's Trader. There's the Wither. Disengaged by Xplosiv. Oh, there's the Aurelio. There's the flash. There's the ignite. Forces out Xplosiv's flash. Barrier's still up. Big thing to know. And a 6 CS lead for S7's RandomBrute on the Aurelia. Oh, Xplosiv seems like he does not want to leave. It's going to be a very interesting decision as we are now approaching the 70% CS mark for nearly both of them. At this point, backing is very, very risky. There's an engage. Oh, misses the E! Gonna go on the tower. The barrier comes out. Takes a tower shot. Xplosiv. Now a forced recall. Most likely by the end of the wave. Aurelia is just going to be south of ADCS. Wow, Xplosiv opting to not leave. Remember, this is a best of 1. There is going to be no second game. Oh, gets the level up. And one may believe that Xplosiv has overstayed his welcome at this point. This one's available. Engage for Brute. And if you put any wagers on the underdog, you must be feeling very excited at the moment as RandomBrute seems to be in solid position, but taking this poke damage little by little could show to be problematic. Oh, there's the engage. There's the Wither. There's the Gnosis coming out. Oh, but gets stunned. There's the E. Oh, auto attack runs him down. Xplosiv is gonna finish. RandomBrute. 9 minutes in. Very close matchup.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has
But
disconnected.
that'll do it. Xplosiv gonna take the win over RandomBrute in what was a pretty exciting, pretty close matchup. And nothing to say, but definitely happy with that one. So, favorite cashes out in the opener. Shout out to Chaos for the bet on Xplosiv. And stay with us as we prepare for our second match, as we're going to have AKG's Bunny versus Ryan Fogz We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Game 2, second match of GGL 6, BFogz versus Decimus, coming right up. Hello, and we are back. And we are here with game 2 of what is going to be Bunny versus Ryan Fogz. And so during the break, we got everything sorted out, some technical difficulty issues, but we got everyone back and ready. And they wasted no time getting through picks and bans, did them so fast. And we are going to get them pulled up for you on the screen, but verbally, it is for the blue bands, Yumi, Poppy, and Lulu. And for the red bands, it is Akali, Ari, and Malzahar. Oh, we are going to get the band software up for you in just a moment. And that should fix it. So, recapping, Yumi, Poppy, and Lulu banned out by Bunny. Meanwhile, Ryan Fogz shuts out Akali, Ari, and Malzahar. So it should be very interesting. Last time we saw Bunny, we did see her on the Akali pick, so that's interesting. Ryan Fogz, a GGL newcomer. It's gonna be very interesting to see what he brings out for this match. And while we have the spectator delay, the matchup is going to be Nidalee versus Sejuani. It's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. It's fair to say that one would argue that early game is probably going to favor Nidalee due to her range and early damage. But we will just have to wait and see. It seems that we've got a bit of a split in the chat and support between Bunny and Ryan Fogz. In the GGC Discord server, it seems that the line is very heavily shifted towards Bunny. A lot of bets coming in for her. Another 5K bet. So we'll see how that one is going to play out. Please remember, this match is also going to be a best of one, but please make sure to stay tuned for our main event, BFogz versus Decimus, best 2 out of 3 GGL main event for your GGL 6. And we are about a minute out. For those of you just tuning in, do we have any more predictions? Because right now it is split down the middle. But any other viewers, what do you think? And it seems that we are going to be switching over to game time as the screens transition. And so, oh, Bunny accidentally has smite. That is going to be very interesting to see how that is going to affect the outcome of this match.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And the betting line is locked for Bunny. and Ryan Fogz' match.
30
But
seconds
on the blue
until
side, we
minions
have
spawn.
AKG, I'm gonna say executive. Owner potentially ending there, man. They're getting right to it with the 0-1 record. Funny, and then making his GGL debut, we have on Sejuani, Ryan Fogz, and early trading right now in mid lane, sub 1 minute.
That's right. Run.
Oh, nice side step there. So for right now, Ryan Fogz getting the best of it.
No hiding. Every hunter knows that core strength is key.
And
Hunter knows that
more for
core
these two.
strength is
These two
key.
apparently used to run the
Every hunter
AKG
knows that
Minecraft.
core strength is
Some
key.
familiarity between the two, probably going to lead to some very good sportsmanship. And as a reminder, this match is taking place in our GGL Oceanic Division, which for those of you who are interested, our last match was in the Infernal Division, which is meant for our Gold through Emerald players, while Oceanic is meant primarily for Silver and below. And our main event will be contested in the Mountain Division, which is Diamond Plus.
Can you smell coward bristle?
Got you.
Oh, very strong shot there by Bunny. Gonna force out the pot. And big thing to note here is that Nidalee with some built-in healing. We're gonna see how that is gonna play a factor in this matchup. Oh, and there's the engage with the as he levels up. And Bunny seemingly gonna take damage. Oh, avoids the W. And seemingly has she done enough to force it back? Seems not.
Wild blast.
I'm about to hit a 10 CS lead. Oh, goes to the engage, but gets stunned on her way in and take a lot of damage there.
Anyway.
And so the big thing to note is that we have Electrocute versus Aftershock, whereas Ryan's going to want to try and make good use of his engage to get that Aftershock proc to do damage. Meanwhile, Bunny's really going to be relying on combos here to get the Electrocute effect. And Bunny just chipping away at Ryan. Oh my god, almost got the kill there. Definitively gonna force it back. But it's seemingly gonna take a solid early lead. Oh, but the teleport gonna come out, force that lane pressure, and it is gonna force a retreat. So the boot's going to be the buy for Ryan. I mean, considering he's down on CS and was forced to back early, it is understandable. But a control ward, it's going to be control ward refillable and amp tome for Bunny. Going to give her a lot of utility, especially with the way she's playing this matchup right now. Although slight level lead going to Ryan. And only about 100 will separate them. So it is going to be a cloth armor buy for Sejuani, which we're going to try and mitigate that pressure from the auto attacks. What's Bunny's got there? All right, she's got a ward in the brush. Oh, and there's that engage. And Aftershock going to do its damage. Oh, there's the stun. And then seemingly going to disengage. Bunny was not done trying to equalize. They got to be careful, taking quite a bit of minion damage. And there it is, a re-engage. Can you hop away? Oh, gonna get stunned, but near under tower. Oh, Ryan sidestepping the Q, and the Hunter not letting off the pressure. There's the flash. Oh, misses the ult. And that may prove to be costly. Alright, the flash ult in there is gonna have no ult. It's gonna have a long cooldown for flash, and seemingly has to be careful when trying to push under this pressure. Trying to push under tower more. The ward mark, very important to note, as well as that wards within, because of just the way the league game is set up, actually can count as CS. So we're going to see if that ward does end up becoming significant at any point during this match. Early trading going to force Ryan off, and the CS lead fairly consistent right now for Bunny. Although with the damage he's been getting off engage, and as he's slowly tanking up, it seems that she's got to be careful, because as this goes later, CS may be her only real win con due to the aftershock and the pressure that Sejuani can put on the longer this one goes. And about a 300 gold lead for Bunny as Ryan takes the recall, and the buy is going to be Negatron Cloak, a control ward in the pot. Yes, 55 to 33 in favor of AKG's Bunny. And also to note, so Ryan Fogz in this one representing Team SFM, Snowflakes Matters, which is also the team that BFogz, one half of our main event tonight, is going to be representing. So looking to give SFM an early win on the board tonight. Hextech Alternator going to be the buy for Bunny, and nothing really going to come for that from that aftershock. It seemed like she did not proc. Oh, but gets the stun. Very close to tower. Nothing going to come from it. There is the electrocute, and they're roughly about even right now in terms of health. Gonna smite at that cannon, guaranteeing her that one. Oh! Sneaky engage right there through the wave. Gonna get the stun. Oh, there's the ult combo! There's the flash away! And Bunny's just gonna make it! Wow, nearly a heart stopper right there. Oh, but she doesn't see him. He's in the fog of war. There, she's gonna get the disengage, gets the pounce away, and he's able to scare her off. That passive doing strong work for Sejuani. Oh, and manages to get a pick there. Is she gonna go for it? She is able to stop his back. Gonna take a tower shot for her shovel though. Ryan's aggression seemingly putting a lot of pressure on Bunny, but oh, there it is, a TP back. He bought the Mercury Treads, bought a Ruby Crystal, and Bunny with a nearly 20 CS lead in this matchup. Now, big thing to note, got flash up, not going to try and force it. And we see Boots of Lucidity come out for Bunny. Seems that she sold the control ward, so we're not going to see it come into play. But this one is very close. Get some early pressure on the return. Oh, we're gonna trade. Oh, get stunned, but might just be under tower. It is. That's gonna cover her. And unloading with the damage, trying to hunt them down. Oh, he's gonna miss the Q there. And there it is, engaged by Ryan. Electrocute proc. Oh, but the stun's gonna come out. No ult. Oh, but he does have flash in case he does want to pursue this. No more charges left on her refillable. Probably gonna smite this cannon. Oh, no, just managed to get it straight up. Oh, and there's a bait. Oh, flash engage. Not gonna really materialize for Ryan. But he's gotta be careful to not overextend. There it is. 9 CS separate Bunny from victory. Managed to get a bit of tower playing there. Oh, stacks building up of the north. There it is. Gets the stun. Oh, but that heal is going to make a big factor. With the CS gap, Ryan cannot really afford to leave. But they are both very low on mana. Oh, there's the level up. That is going to be very crucial right now. Electrocute should be up for Bunny, but so is Aftershock also going to be up. So we're going to see how these runes are going to play a big factor. Bunny nearly at half health, 4 CS away from victory. Down to 3. There's Ryan gonna have to go for broke. Gonna get the engage. Oh, Bunny's gonna disengage him. Gonna wait for the stacks to dissipate. He's low. She's hunting for the kill. She's gonna go for it. Oh, he gets away so low. He cannot afford to go. 2 CS separating Bunny from victory. 1 CS separating Bunny from victory. Ryan's got to go for broke. He's got to force something to happen. She smites it. 100 CS. Bunny's gonna take the game. Gonna take an extracurricular kill. But via CS, AKG's Bunny is gonna win this one against a very game Ryan Fogz.
A summoner has disconnected.
And what a match that one was. It was close. There was definitely a bit of a what's it called, of like a heart attack of a game. A lot of close moments, a lot of very strong engages. And all the congratulations to Bunny in that one. But with that said, now is coming for the 2 names on the marquee, BFogz and Decimus. We're going to get them ready. We're going to get them in here. We'll be back in just a few moments for your GGL 6 main event. Best 2 out of 3. BFogz versus Decimus. And shout out to the number 3 ranked contender Chronix in the chat. And we will be back. All right, we are back. And we have BFogz versus Decimus. We're gonna get the band software reloaded. But it is going to be here, your GGL 6 main event, BFogz versus Decimus. And while we get the software going and up to date, it is important to note that Decimus has opted to go for no bans. So we are here for the main event. Just to recap, the bans are going to be Darius, Renekton, and Kennen for BFogz. Decimus has opted to avoid bans entirely, which is going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. And they're currently in champ select. And for context, this line was a pick'em. Currently, as we see right now, that someone has betted all on Decimus. And right now it seems that the favorites are outperforming currently in GGL. And we're gonna lock the line as it is main event time. Decimus seemingly the favorite in this pick'em bout. And the matchup is gonna be Caitlyn versus Urgot. So this one's gonna be very interesting. Caitlyn gonna be able to outrange Urgot, but Urgot with a very strong engage. I expect this one's probably gonna be a CSing affair. But we have seen wilder things here in the GGL. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. To recap the night, if you are just joining us, in our opener, we had Sector 7's RandomBrute against Xplosiv, in which Xplosiv took that game in a very hard-fought victory by kill, roughly, after the 10-minute mark. And we just had finished AKG's Bunny versus SFM's Ryan Fogz, in which Bunny won the match via CS. An accidental smite summoner spell that she brought ended up being the big difference maker to secure that 100 CS, as she took control of a dominant CS lead but had a hard fought game against Ryan, who did not let up off the pressure. We're going to get you in game in one moment as they load in. So reminder, this is a best 2 out of 3 affair between Decimus and BFogz as standard for GGL main events. Select delay as we get connected. And here we are, Caitlyn with Fleet Footwork, Teleport, and Barrier going up against a Press the Attack Urgot with Ignite and Flash. And on the blue side, we have on Caitlyn making his GGL debut, we have BFogz. And on the red side, also making his GGL debut, we have Sector 7's Decimus.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
And so, shield start for Decimus on the Urgot. Meanwhile, it is going to be
Minions have spawned.
Doran's Blade, but we see the Minion Dematerializer coming out. So it's interesting to see that BFogz may be trying to play the CS game here. Both of them not going to engage, going to wait for minions. No actions done in the middle. It's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. As a reminder, if you want to be in the GGL, you can go to the GGL YouTube page, and there you will find our sign-up form, or join the Discord, which will take you to the Golden Goose Casino Discord server, which is the home of the GGL. And then from there, you can also sign up or reach out to @Sentinel on Discord. And strong early engage by Decimus, chunking out right now BFogz. Level 1 action. There's the Ignite coming out. He's going to chase him under tower. Seems like he's not going to, but takes a lot of damage. Wow. With the tower shots nearly evening up the trade, Decimus seeming like he's gonna stay. Gonna take an early CS lead and establishing quite a bit of dominance, knowing that if he gets in the pocket, that this one is definitely gonna get ugly. But the teleport also coming out for BFogz to get back to lane. And right now has the slight lead. The benefits of teleport we're kind of seeing here tonight is the lane pressure you can get by bringing it. Not a very common spell we see though. Also interesting to note, BFogz has no flash. So should he get really caught out of position, he may be very compromised in that regard. It's going to be a long sword buy for Decimus. And as of now, we get to see BFogz use one of those minion dematerializers. We're going to see what he potentially wants to wait. What he wants to wait for to use them. And seems to have used it on the melee man.
Boom. Headshot.
Very strong CSing for Caitlyn right now. 34 CS, up double the amount that Decimus has. And he's going to try and right now play catch up under tower. For context, this match is contested in the Mountain Division, which is going to be a much more is going to be a higher level division. Here we typically are going to see our Diamond Plus competitors, Diamond Plus, very, very high Emerald compete here. And make no doubt about it that these higher level players, they definitely do know how to scrap, although they prefer a more passive start to their matches. And right now, Decimus able to catch up, but oh, strong trade by BFogz there, utilizing that headshot crit damage. And playing this one very safe. Although we do know that one strong engage and Decimus can definitely take him down. And with the backs, we are going to see the tunneler buy for Decimus. Meanwhile, we see the elixir coming out. Well, the elixir there for BFogz. 56 to 37 right now is the CS gap in your GGL 6 main event. This is game number 1. 60 CS right now for SFM's BFogz. These two very much leaning it out. Setting up the traps, really trying to cut off the angles in which Decimus could try to engage and take a tower shot and going to take a safe getaway. And at this pace, it seems that if he's going to want to win, he's going to have to do something to force the action.
You die when I choose.
Cancels the back. Light trade there. Still, these interactions have all been favoring BFogz, and this is one of those things where different champs can really make the matchup, as Urgot just doesn't, at the moment, just doesn't really have the range to compete with Caitlyn's base attack range. Cancels the back. And is BFogz gonna follow through? Seems not really trying to plan this outside range, and is currently right now less than 15 CS away from taking a win in this game 1. Decimus kind of leading on like he's going to try and push tower, but the TP is going to be up for Caitlyn. There we see the TP used. See the Warden's Mail. The Warden's Mail come out for Caitlyn, going to try and really negate any all-in that he wants to go for. Urgot does. 5 CS is the gap. And with his back, it may seem that Decimus has just kind of resigned himself to try and win it back in game number 2. There's the Retric Spy. It's not going to make a difference as BFogz is going to take game number 1 by CS 10 minutes in. And we'll be back as we get everything set underway for game number 2. These two seem see this one play out. I'll be back with you in a second.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected.
And we're gonna see where we go from there. Unexpected ending in that regard to game number 1. As we we're still waiting to so I think we're gonna, it seems that we're gonna call it there. Surprising ending to this GGL main event. For those of you just tuning in, we just finished game 1 of GGL 6 BFogz versus Decimus. And unfortunately, we got to wave it off. BFogz is going to take this game, win game 1 by CS. And the Decimus has essentially retired the match. So BFogz is going to take this one. And we're going to see if we can get him in for a post-game interview. So that is how this one ends. We're gonna see if we can get him into the stage. So BFogz, you took a very dominant win in game 1.
Yeah, I did not expect Urgot. I know he plays like a lot of like bruisers and tanks, so I kind of just banned, Renekton. I banned Kennen. I banned his champions that want to get on top of you. And in game 1, I just wanted to play the CS, which is why I took like TP barrier to sit under my tower. But I was not expecting the Urgot, and I thought I was gonna die level 1.
I mean, you nearly did. He came out very aggressive early start, and then you kind of seemed to really take that one, like really try to pick on him from the outside.
Yeah, that was the goal. Once he didn't have flash, I knew he had no kill pressure whatsoever. So I was just able to poke him. He's forced to take bad takes or bad backs just because I was playing the wave. So my entire goal was I need to build 20-30 CS leads because when his flash is back up, like it's my turn to get zoned. But I think Urgot was a double-edged sword too, because of shotgun knee, so he was never able to like manage the wave.
I see. And so a bit of a different ending than you usually have to a GGL match. But you take the series, you're in the Mountain Division, which is going to be one of our newer divisions, and we've got a lot of strong competition out there for those people that are interested, that are higher level. Do you have any call outs or anything you want to say is that you are right now currently 1-0?
Yeah, there's that dude in chat. Let me go back and see his name. Patrick. I want to call him out. I've 1v1'd him like 20 times in my life, and he's beat me like 19 of them. But I'm a new player.
All right, so called out Patrick. We hope to see more of you again. We hope to see this Mountain Division grow, and hopefully there, we expect see you to get ranked. There's a lot of tough competition out there. Shout out to Mini Mars, former GGL champion, very, very strong high level player. So definitely a lot of opportunity for you here in the GGL. Thank you to AKG for help making this happen, putting this card together, and putting in as much effort as I did into making this happen.
Oh, thank you. Same thing. Huge shout out to AKG for taking me in as a player. Built up a small reps and move up into the staff team, and I'm glad that GGL's here too. I think there's so many great people involved in both, and I'm really looking forward to getting on that rank ladder and climbing up to be a champion. That's the ultimate goal, right?
Yep, that's
going for like I got 2 5v5 titles, now I'm coming for the 1v1 belt.
All right, well, good showing. We're going to close it up here. But everyone, give a shout out, give a hand for your GGL 6 main event winner, BFogz. All right, and so with that, we're going to close it out here. Thank you to everyone who watched, wagered, and participated in GGL 6. To recap the night, we have Xplosiv defeating RandomBrute, Bunny defeats Ryan Fogz, and BFogz defeats Decimus in what has definitely been a very exciting night of fights, matches. Be sure to check out tomorrow, as we may have no promises, may have a GGC/GGL co-stream for AKG's Oasis League. There are wagers currently live for that in the PvP betting chat if you haven't checked those out already. I've been Sentinel. This has been GGL 6. Please stay tuned and be out for our fight night coming up in a matter of weeks. Thank you to everyone, and have a good night.